Hey guys, Jonny and Lawrence here for the next episode of Project Ozone 3 Kappa Mode.
Hello.
And we've been very busy, so we finally got round to upgrading the pack.
Yeah, eventually, after we got it working.
Eventually. Annoyingly, it did get rid of Landia, so there's quite a few changes because of that, most notably probably the essences. Now, rather than using like Frisian and things like that, it now uses this stuff called the neutral steel of the first degree, and there is about a million tiers of this stuff. I think it's up to 11. And this stuff's like expensive.
It is really expensive.
Yeah, like blazing pyrotheum, jellied cryotheum, and it just keeps going. Pretty insane.
And the base you need is draconium. Like, that in itself is expensive.
We also actually finally ran out of patterns, so I've added a new big tower of molecular assemblers. I've also upgraded our crafting CPUs to be 4x4s now, so they've got tons of storage and a way load more co-crafting CPUs. We also found out why there's the lag on applied energistics, and that's now fixed. So it was because of the Jabba barrels.
Oh yeah, the infinity ones.
Yeah, so we have converted everything now into drawers, which has got rid of all of that lag.
It also took a while.
It did take a while, yes. It most definitely took a while. We did the other seeds that we needed, the refined glowstone and refined obsidian.
Yes, and the elementium ones.
And the elementium. We also decided to go through some of the quest lines that weren't all that interesting. For example, the applied energistics. We have now made all of the different tiers of storage, but that took a lot of capacitors. So I upgraded our empower setup yet again to this monstrosity. So we can now craft 64 concurrently.
You say monstrosity. I say it's beautiful.
I might actually kick some off just to see this thing in action.
10,000.
No, I'm not going to kick off 10,000 because we're actually running quite low on redstone, bizarrely. There we go. And now all of these things just go at once, which is quite nice. Being able to craft 64 capacitors at once is, a pretty big change. Some of the other things you may notice in my inventory, I have a new crafting terminal.
Oh, yes.
Ultimate crafting terminal. And this thing's awesome because now I can look at fluids, the interface terminal, and the pattern terminal on the fly. So if you hold shift right click, you get this little menu up and can select which one you want, which is quite good.
It's quite handy.
And I think the last thing we did is make a second... Well, no, not really. We made a second laser cutter in preparation for a lot of the Galacticraft recipes. But Lawrence also tore down all of our water wheels and converted it over to the...
Autosifter?
Autosifter.
Autosieve.
Yes. Autosieve. Whatever it's called. So that's looking a lot tidier. Yep. I think, in a nutshell, that was a pretty quick fly round, but I think that's the main things.
I did also do a little work on my Britannia. I've created a thermal lily, which should absorb lava. It's just because we are running out of mana quite quickly now. So I need to expand it further, but I'll do that later.
Yeah, I'll just quickly check the quest book as well to see what we've done. So like I say, we did a lot of the applied energistics stuff. The seeds, we got all of the seeds now that we can. We're just missing some of the Galacticraft ones. I also made the seed reprocessor just because that wasn't very interesting. I tidied up a lot of the immersive engineering because we're never going to use the blast furnace, but I thought we're as well as getting these quests.
Seeds.
Yeah. Lawrence made a glacial precipitator for some reason.
Oh, that's because I needed snowballs for the gelid cryotheum stuff. Okay. And that was the easiest way I could see of doing it.
Well, I've also done a load of the solar panels. We might use some of these later on. Like by the time we get to this tier, they are making 32,000 FE per tick, which I think is a 1-for-1 to RF. So
that's quite nice.
Once we get a couple more tiers up, we might use some of them. And I think that's all the quest lines up today. But that's not what we're doing today. We are finally going to get into space. I'm fairly confident we can get into space. So you'll notice I said I've made a lot of the compressed compressed plates for Galacticraft. if we look in the system, actually, that's a lot of rack that I just picked up.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we should move our barrel into the system as well.
Maybe, but if so, probably a drawer.
Yes.
But you'll see I've made a lot of the Galacticraft recipes, so I'm hoping we should be able to actually do quite a lot of this stuff. Maybe. So if we look at the quest book, the first thing we're going to need is the circuit fabricator. And I think I've already got a recipe, but we shall see. See how prepared I actually am. Nope, the very first machine we have, I do not have a circuit fabricator recipe. There's
so
actually
close.
no. There is a reason I don't have a circuit fabricator.
It's all part of your plan.
It is actually all part of my plan. So this one actually has stuff that uses stuff that we don't have. So we need manganese dioxide and we need thorium oxide. Now thorium oxide I think is probably the easier one. So we need to infuse thorium ingots with liquid oxygen. And thanks to Lawrence's setup over at Mechanism.
It's almost like I knew this was going to happen.
Well, you kind of did, but you were making the wrong kind of oxygen. So Lawrence had this setup which makes us some oxygen gas. And then I've just made a little baby setup over here which just takes water, separates out to hydrogen and oxygen, and converts it into liquid oxygen. Because it's liquid oxygen we need, not gaseous oxygen. Yes. We did also take some time to upgrade all of these machines with the speed and energy upgrades.
Oh, and I've also hidden all the cables so it looks nice.
Yes. Oh, yeah, I forgot you'd condensed this quite a lot. It looks a lot better.
It takes up a lot less space.
But I guess that means we're going to have to head over to our nuclear craft.
Oh, nuclear
platform. Yes, because we need some thorium oxide.
Well, you said new platform and I got confused.
I was trying to say nuclear craft. So we do need a fluid infuser, and I haven't set up crafts for any of this stuff, but I can do that on the fly now, which is pretty nice.
He says flying towards the center platform.
It's going to take me a while to get out of the habit, all right? But I will create recipes for all of these machines, and then we'll come back when we've got them. So we have our fluid infuser, and we've set it up with applied energistics. So the barrel over there that was getting our liquid oxygen is actually hooked up to a fluid storage bus. So we're exporting that liquid oxygen just through a liquid export bus. We've got an interface with our two patterns here, and then we are just importing back into the system with an import bus underneath. So we've not tried it. So let's see if it works, I think. So we should be able to create a circuit fabricator if all goes to plan. Hopefully. It thinks we can.
Oh, yes, it's doing it.
Thorium went in. Oh, you know what this is? This is very slow.
It is very slow.
So thankfully, here is some energy and speed upgrades I made earlier. That's struggling to keep up. That is not ideal. It is done. I'm hoping maybe 48 will be fine in future. But that means we should have our circuit fabricator. I think.
Yay.
Somewhere in the system. Found it. So we're over on our Galacticraft platform and I've put down a circuit fabricator even. Actually, I've put down 2. And these are kind of annoying because they only accept power from the left.
Yeah, that's a really weird design.
We can't put lots down next to each other, but I've went ahead and made, as far as I can tell, all of the different recipes for these things. So we should now be able to create the compressor from Galacticraft.
Ooh,
if I could find it. It's in here somewhere. There we go. I can see the electric one, but I couldn't see the other one. And this should kick off the craft for us. Yes, it automatically fills the diamond, silicon, redstone, and torch.
Oh, okay.
But these machines are crazy slow.
They are quite slow.
So I don't know if long term we might want to make lots of these, because that's quite painful.
Yeah, that was quite painful.
But I know we're also going to want the electric one, so I'm going to kick that off while I look at the actual compressor. But this is, it takes coal and it basically turns plates into compressed versions. So I think steel might be an example, not dark steel. Steel, there we go. So if I stick 2 in here and then give it some power in the form of coal, it should very slowly convert that over.
It's not that slow.
It's not as slow as the other thing, but it's pretty slow. But if we look in JEI, you'll see you can also make it in the laser cutter, and that's way faster. It takes 1 tick. So I've already set up all the recipes.
Okay, yeah. That is really quite fast compared to...
Annoyingly, we are going to need this machine. So there are still a few recipes you can only do in here. For example, the heavy plates, I believe they're called. Yeah, heavy duty plates. For some reason, you can only do in a compressor. So I will need to set up some recipes for this machine, which is a bit of a shame. But it is what it is. I think the electric compressor, though, is, well, kind of the exact same, except it uses electricity rather than coal. That is the word I was looking for.
I mean, it's also another quest done.
It is. I didn't even realize that. But let us get another spectre coil down here and see if this one's any faster, because I'm actually not sure. I don't think I've used the electric version before.
I haven't used any of these machines before.
You know? Oh, that is faster. That's quite significantly faster.
Oh, that is quite, yeah. I mean, it's still not as fast as the laser cutter.
No, it's still not a tick, but for the stuff we're going to need compressed in the Galacticraft machines, I think that will be our best choice.
Yeah.
So these quests up here, the oxygen collector, we do actually have recipes for that as well. I don't think we're going to use that. You can essentially just collect oxygen from the air, which is quite nice, but it's very slow.
Of course, it's hard to get that air in.
Yeah, I'm just going to craft all of these things. Not really sure which ones we're going to need, but I feel like if we've got them all, that's even better. Yeah, oxygen bubble distributor sounds fun. Not sure. I guess that's for like...
Maybe...
What?
I don't know what that's for.
I think it's when you go to a planet, you can create an actual oxygen bubble so it's breathable.
Oh, okay.
For making
that's kind of cool. Like terraforming.
I think so, yeah. But it's the collector that the quest wants. So I think you just literally plonk this down, give it some power. Did not realize it needed power. I'm just going to put a bunch of these spectre coils on my inventory because we're clearly using them for every machine. But all this does is very... Actually, you know what? That's a lot faster than I remember it being.
Yeah, it seems to be fluctuating. That's
not terrible. That is... Yeah, that's 186 per second. That's maybe faster than mechanism. I don't even know.
It's got quite a nice particle effect on the side. Or is that the spectacle?
I think that's from it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think that's it sucking in oxygen.
Does it maybe look at available airspaces around and determine the collection based on that?
It could do. We could try moving it and seeing if it's different, because it'll be a bit more open here, I guess. Let's see. So still making 186, but if I block one of the sides, yeah, I'm still making 186.
Yeah, well,
I think it just makes 186. But free oxygen, that's not bad.
I mean, oxygen normally is free.
Well, you can still buy it, so that doesn't make any sense. But the oxygen compressor will be the one we're actually wanting. So when you go into space, unsurprisingly, you can't breathe. So we need a way to breathe. And I think
would be preferable.
It would be preferable, yes. So we're going to want some oxygen tanks. And from memory, we can both hold 2, I think.
Maybe.
So if I put that in there, it needs oxygen. I wonder... This pickaxe is too fast. And also, you'll notice my pickaxe looks different because it was made with Landia ingots. So it's now stone.
Yes.
But it's still too fast. It's
I can slow it down for you if you want.
It's quite good. This looks like an oxygen input, I think. Perchance, the oxygen collector, of course, comes out on the other side. And that also means... This is all a bad place. This is ridiculous how quickly my pickaxe is destroying stuff. But if I put that there... And that there, does that auto push?
It does.
It does. And to be fair, it's filling up the tank slower than it's producing oxygen, so...
Yeah, that's a bit...
Oh my god, this pickaxe!
Would you stop destroying the lovely platform that I made for us?
You could fix it. You don't just need to watch it get wrecked. But I'm gonna just stick with this machine. I think, as well as using it if it's free, right?
Yeah, true.
Well, that's my logic. So let me put down the... Where is the collector one? There it is. Oxygen collector, spectre coil, and then it should just charge up our stuff. We're not quite at the point of going to space yet, though. There's a few things we need to do first.
I want to go to space. Space.
Why didn't I get that quest? Am I going to get it now? There we go.
Hey.
There is an oxygen tank. You can't have it, apparently. But I'll give you them when we've got them filled. You can just take out the filled ones.
Oh, okay.
The next thing is oxygen storage. Oh, I wonder if this is faster for filling stuff, or if this is literally storage.
Well, maybe it just stores oxygen for later use.
Yeah, I know, but is it going to be faster at pumping it? Okay, this just looks like a drum, essentially. I don't really know what the point is when this can't fill as fast as that produces.
Yeah, that seems a bit...
Why would I need to store oxygen? That just seems stupid. but we have it. That's fine. The refinery. This is what we're going to need to make the actual rocket fuel. So that's reasonably important, I think.
I mean, if we want to get into space, probably yes.
Yeah, annoyingly, I think this uses oil as well. So we might want to grab our Amazon tablet, and then we can fill it up with oil that way.
Okay.
Let's see. So this needs power and oil, yes. I was correct. So let us go automate this production, and we'll be back in a sec.
Hey guys, so I have slightly automated the oxygen tank thingamabob. So I've got an export bus on the side that's just exporting empty tanks, and underneath there's an import bus. I've hidden it with a facade, so it looks nice.
So we should always have full oxygen tanks in the system.
But if you...
That's quite nice.
Well, I mean, we've already got 4, but if I were to craft another one, should just end up in here eventually.
That's nice. I've actually just kicked off another 10 as well, so we've always got a bit of a supply.
But the 7 fills up, and we're tick accelerating it because it's quite slow.
Yeah, it seems to have made quite a big difference tick accelerating it.
So that's about halfway done. But once it's finished, it will be pulled into the system, and it will just live there until we need it.
So while Loris was working on that, I was setting up some automation for our refinery. So I was over at the Galacticraft platform, because this is where oil drum is. So I've now set this up with a fluid storage bus, hooked that up to Applied Energistics, ordered a load more oil with our Amazon tablet, and now I just need to finish hooking it up over here. That's the wrong platform. I just need to finish hooking it up, and hopefully this should get us some...
Rocket fuel.
Rocket fuel. If I could find where my Applied Energistics is. Let's run that cable over there.
Wow, your cabling is all over the place.
How's it all over the place? There's a straight line down the center and then branching out right angles.
You went past it.
So that it's symmetrical with the other side, which runs along the outside blue.
Mm-hmm.
It is. But is that working?
It's not getting any oil.
Okay, because we've not configured the export yet.
That would do it.
I did maybe forget about that. Let's just go quickly grab some oil. And I should be able to just put the oil in here. Now, oh, wow, that started straight away. That is quite nice. It looks like it's doing something, but at the same time, I don't see any oil in there. I'm going to put some acceleration cards in. There we go.
Acceleration cards? Oh, in the Applied Energistics,
yeah.
That's still
it doesn't
quite slow.
auto push. That's a shame. I really assumed this was going to auto. No, it's not auto push.
No, it does not.
That's a shame. I suppose we could use a flat transfer node, maybe.
Yeah, that should work. Is it worth moving the ritual anchor as well? Because this is not being tick accelerated.
If you want, I don't know. Do we need? I don't know how much of this how much fuel we need to actually get into space. Like,
all of it.
I don't know. Is it all of it? What? Is it a lot or is it not a lot?
I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
I figured
the reason I didn't put it in the middle exactly where you've put it is because I figured this is where a launch pad would go, and then there'll be a rocket in the way and stuff.
I think you can just pick that up.
Probably. Maybe there.
Yeah, that
I don't know. But then it won't automate upgrade our compressors, which is the other reason I put it over this side. So it's up to you. Maybe get 2?
Maybe get 2. I will just put 1 down
Stop
where I think.
breaking them.
Stop breaking them, but I was
It
going to
keeps
move
going
them.
into my inventory every time
Turn
you
your
break.
coin off then.
No, because then I'll lose stuff. But I don't know why this isn't unlocked. Deconstruction. Oh yeah, because you can use the deconstructor thing to take apart built rockets. But we're actually at the point of making the NASA workbench.
Ooh.
So this is the thing that actually lets you craft the rockets. So if I have a look at one of the rocket recipes, probably the tier 1, I think is
That's probably where we'll start.
yeah, maybe. But you build this inside the NASA workbench. So we're going to have to make all these components and put that inside the NASA workbench.
Ah.
Annoyingly, as far as I can tell, there's no way to really autocraft that. And I do like my autocrafts, but
We do like our autocrafting.
it's fine. Because it does look kind of cool. It does look kind of cool. But this is
It does look quite cool.
Now, I don't know why I was expecting this to be harder to get to this point.
Oh, okay.
But here we go. So we got to make some nose cones, which is just heavy duty plates. So that is in the new compressor we've just made. I have made an autocraft for that. Then we've got some rocket fins. That's just compressed stuff again. Tier 1 rocket. We got tin canister. That looks... Tin canister made out of copper. Oh no, it's cycled through a copper canister. That's fine.
Oh, okay.
Oxygen vent, nice and easy. A button and some flint and steel. So let us go grab all of this stuff, and then we should be able to build our first rocket.
Yay.
So we have got all the stuff we need for the rocket now, and Lawrence has hooked up our fuel onto a fluid bus, and then set this to export here, and that's in preparation for the fuel loader.
Yep.
Which I think we should have. Yep, just need to grab this here. Don't know which way it faces.
That way.
I feel like that's not the way to get the fuel out. Maybe there?
Maybe.
Nah, that's the power side. So
We'll
the
get there
reason,
eventually.
yeah, the reason it's not centered as well is because we need to put down a launch pad. And now you'll notice as a multi-block, it gets bigger in the middle.
Yes.
But I think this is the right way around. So,
Saying no fuel to load.
no fuel to load. Is the export bus not working?
Maybe the
it
bit
doesn't
on
go
the
in the
side.
bottom. Maybe it has to come up the side.
Okay.
Let's see. Do I have any cables? I do not. Do you have any cables?
I have cables.
I have the facade, if you wait a second. There we go.
Okay. And then one more.
Yep. Try putting the fuel loader there, maybe?
Yep.
Do you still have a
I think.
bucket?
Nope. Well, I have empty buckets, but there you go.
Is that working now? I said no fuel to load still. Ah, there we go. Active. So I don't know if that's doing any. Yeah, now we're getting fuel in there, I think.
Oh, okay.
Even though when you hover over, it doesn't actually tell you how much fuel. But I can see the bar going up.
Oh, yeah, the bar is going up.
But we also have all the stuff to make our tier 1 rockets,
Yay. Space.
which I should have in my hands.
Oh, wow, that is... I mean, that's massive. Turn and face me.
That is pretty good. Do you like it?
Yeah.
Do you like my rocket?
I am taking a screenshot of that.
But I think you just right click it on here. And there is our first rocket.
There is our first rocket.
I'm going to get in and then forget how to get out. How do I get out? I don't want to press space. I just wanted to see what it was like.
It's probably space.
Shift. I'm going to go for shift. Yes,
Oh.
it is shift. It doesn't even tell you that. That's
That
very
is
mean.
Quite mean.
I can't get out if third person. But the only reason I got out and we don't want to go yet is because we would die.
That's kind of where I wanted you to go.
We don't have spacesuits. Well, I think it destroys the rocket and stuff as well.
Oh,
So that would be annoying. We also made the deconstructor. So essentially, the NASA workbench lets you put rockets together. The deconstructor lets you take it apart, but you need to fuel it and stuff. I don't want to take it apart for. I was just showing that machine.
I wanted to get in.
Oh, okay.
As in the rocket.
You are in the rocket. I can see you facing the wall for some reason.
It's because...
There you go. That's better. Ah, But we actually want to make a spacesuit. That would be more useful before we get in there. And, well, I say a spacesuit. It's more thermal padding, I think. Let me check the quest book, because I can't remember exactly which ones we need. So, thermal padding is for... Does it not tell you which planet you need which one for?
No, but it prevents players from getting too hot or cold.
Okay, well, we will make the thermal padding. I think we can do all of this stuff. It's saying we can. I'm liking it.
Oh, okay.
We should have 2 sets each. And I also don't think this replaces your armor, but instead is like an additional Galacticraft slot.
Oh, okay, that's quite nice.
So you should be able to grab yours as well now. And that's what this tab's for inside your player inventory.
Oh, wow, that looks weird.
Oh, you can see it on me.
I can see it on you. It looks really weird.
That is bizarre. Okay, that's a thing. But now that I'm seeing that, something the questline doesn't really say. But we actually need way more than what we've got. So we also need to fill like a few of these things. So these are oxygen tanks. I can't remember what all these things are. Face mask. But we're going to find out what all these are, grab a set each, and be back in a sec. Okay, guys, so I think we have all of our supplies now. I don't think we need them all. We got the frequency modulator, the parachute, the oxygen gear, oxygen mask, and tanks. I think you do need these 4. I think the parachute and frequency modulator maybe are optional.
Oh, okay.
And then the top one, as far as we can tell, is a shield. What's it called? A shield generator?
Yes, shield controller, something.
Shield controller, but there is no recipe for some reason. So I'm not sure what that is, but I'm assuming that means we don't need it.
Yeah, probably.
But I think this means we're good to go. So, do you know what planet we've even got to go to first?
I think it's the moon.
The moon. So place inside... yes, so we get this from the moon. The first schematic for the Tier 2 rocket. So, do I just press space to launch? Actually, I didn't even check. Is it full? How do I know if it's full? If I press G. Oh yeah, 100% full. Awesome. Off I go then, I guess. Wow, it's really got to count down from 20 before it sends me?
Don't stand too close. It will set you on fire.
I mean, it's kind of nice that there's a rainbow in the background as I launch. That's very,
I'm here to salute you, apparently. I'm waving.
Alright, so you are. You're not doing that, like...
No, I was taking screenshots.
That's kind of cool. I can't really see myself in there. But I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure I'm not going to die. Oh, the rainbow is a circle.
The rainbow is a circle.
What?
Did you not? All rainbows are circles.
Well, I suppose, but we're not looking at the whole world.
I know.
How slow is this launch? Like, I suppose in real life it
you've
probably
got a
takes
lot of blocks to go up.
Landed.
You did land, and you did not go boom.
Do I need to get out myself? Oh, I do. Oh, I've still got F5 on. Oh, that's horrible. Well, I'm not dying.
You're not dying. That is a good sign.
Yeah, I'm guessing that means our oxygen gear is working. Oh, I can see the oxygen down in the bottom right, actually, I guess.
Okay.
That's already started going down. And I've got the heavy canisters. But yes, the launch pad and rocket are inside the space lander. As is some fuel. So that's kind of nice. But I don't know what this is. Oh, this is footprints. Oh, that's kind of cool.
If only I could see.
Well, that is the first thing we're going to do, actually. So let me bind a dislocator to here. And then if I plonk down this one, and I don't know why there's a dislocator on that already.
Where will you go?
I don't know where that goes.
Oh.
Okay, I met large craft. Well, on the upside, I did bind one to the moon beforehand.
I've set up a thing here for you.
Okay, I think, yeah, this one says dimension the moon. So I think we can both use that one now. Let's see. You got your space gear on?
I'm letting you go first.
How do I take it off this? There we go. Right, so we now have an easy back and forth to the moon. That's pretty awesome. But what do we actually need from the moon is the question. We need the NASA workbench schematic. So, I think the first thing we should... Well, we've also got a village right next to us, which is kind of cool. And I mean, think because we've got the frequency modulation, we can speak to them.
I am liking the fact that the gravity is realistic. When I jump high. It takes ages for me to fall.
I've got the hover mode on the jetpack, so I can't really tell. I'm not seeing anything at all that... Oh. You can trade the alien villager for the tier 2 schematic. If you have a moon buggy and some lunar sapphires. So we just heard a first explosion and it looks like we've got a fallen meteor. Yes. I don't know if you can mine these up while they're still hot. Yeah, you can totally mine them up while they're still hot. Do you want to get our digital miner?
Yes,
and we can start trying to
go back home.
Why? Why didn't you just use the wireless terminal?
Because it's not in there. It's in the nether.
Oh, you still got it in the nether?
I still got it in the nether.
Okay. Well, whilst you're fetching that, one of the other things we want to purchase is the creative dungeon locator.
Oh, yes.
Which costs 200 rack. I think it's still worth it.
Yeah, that's
I might need you to get rack. Oh, no, there's enough in the system. It's fine. I'd kind of intentionally put some in the system because I knew we were going to need to buy this.
On the upside, the digital miner has done quite a fair bit of work clearing out our mess of the nether.
It looks pretty horrendous.
It looks a little horrendous, but it's like done this section.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll take your word for it.
Yeah. I will grab the digital miner and come back to you.
Cool. Well, we'll wait until you get that and then be back in a sec. So we've put down our digital miner just to see what sort of ores we get. And I think the only noteworthy one is the cheese ore. So it doesn't look like it has a crazy amount of use. We can make an Orion drive or cheese.
Is it Orion? I thought it was... Oh, no, it is iron. I thought it was an onion drive.
Yeah, I totally misread it. It's onion the first time as well. But it's fine. It's there now.
At least we have confirmed there is cheese on the moon.
There is indeed cheese on the moon. We've also got a couple of bits of meteoric iron, but we're not having much luck finding the meteors, so we'll probably hunt for them a bit after this episode, I think, will be the plan.
Yep.
But what we want to do now is go find the dungeon. So we did buy that creative dungeon locator, and all we need to do now is follow it. So, is it seriously that close? It like changed like immediately.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. It just clearly has taken a second to catch up. So we'll fly over to wherever this is and then come back when we get there. So we've located the first dungeon.
Yay.
This is what you're looking for. So you see the creative dungeon locator now is just pointing at this hole. And if we plonk down, we should be able to fight our first boss.
Exciting.
It is exciting. I'm falling so slow in space. I never even thought about that. That's painful.
Space creepers.
Space creepers. Well, it's pretty dark, so I'm going to eat a carrot before we even get started, I think.
That's a good idea. I was thinking, I don't have enough torches.
Oh, man, we're going to get so much drops just because of our sword.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, meteoric iron.
Oh, okay.
That's exciting, because that stuff, we are struggling to find lots of that stuff.
Yes.
Our swords aren't very good at the cobwebs. I thought swords usually, like, eat through cobwebs.
Yeah, we'll just go around.
Should we mine up the spawners, actually?
I mean, it would prevent stuff from coming after us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
A zombie decided to spawn inside me. It was quite scary.
Oh, this isn't working how I was hoping it would work.
Oh.
What?
What isn't working?
I was trying to, like, put the sword in my offhand so that I could mine from far away, but it just attacks people with the pickaxe instead.
Oh, okay. That's probably not as helpful.
No.
Nope.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. So many mob spawners.
It is. But it's quite nice nice being able to one hit everything.
Wait, is there dash on the moon? I just realised, or is that further away?
Further away, I think, maybe.
Ugh, this chest is rubbish.
That was the no
Rubbish.
meteor cone.
Actually, I didn't look at the enchantment. Tombstone Soulbound. Yeah. Sounds rubbish.
Yeah, that does sound a bit rubbish, to be honest.
Well, this is... I thought these were usually quite small. This is bigger than I was expecting. But it's quite repetitive.
It is quite repetitive.
Yeah, I've not seen anything all that exciting. It's kind of cool that all the like mob drops are just like floating into the... Oh, sorry. That was lucky.
Ouch.
That probably took quite a bit of damage, sorry.
Yes.
I can't even get this one because of all the stupid cobwebs. Before we go in there, I want to dump all my inventory.
Oh, yeah. My inventory is like full of just rubbish.
So I think this is the final boss room now. We've dumped all our inventory and let's go take him on.
Oh.
So it is an evolved skeleton boss. And I kind of feel like with our swords...
It's picked me
picked
up. He's also made a theory.
That is a very creepy laugh. But yeah, it was one hit. It looks like, can you kill him?
I've been standing here hitting him. Why isn't he damaging?
Yeah, no, he died. He was just spinning around.
Oh, okay.
So once you kill the mob, it lets you into the treasure chest. Oh no, it gives you a key so you can unlock it. Do you have the key?
I don't have the key. Oh yes, I do have the key.
Yeah, well, put the key in the lock.
I did.
I know. Did we get this? We did. We got the tier 2 rocket schematic. That's pretty awesome. So we managed to make it back to Earth with our tier 2 schematic, and we should be able to just dump this. If you go to the last page of the NASA workbench, you stick in the schematic, click unlock, and now if we go back, we can make a tier 1 or a tier 2. So I think we'll get all the stuff ready for the tier 2 off camera, and then next episode we'll take a look at the next planet. But this has been
like a plan.
pretty productive, I think. We made it all the way to space. That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
But as always, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll be back soon.
Bye.
Bye.